right. I have a spicy one for you today. I haven't seen that deck existing in this meta before. It is a mono red deck, but it's a different take on it. It's basically, my thoughts were everything needs to have haste, go a bit bigger, so every creature in this pile requires a 1-for-1 answer. And since a lot of decks are shifting towards like bunch of mass removal spells and clunky planeswalkers, they cannot do that efficiently, I think, and we already deal damage if that mass removal is played in their turn. So we're running 25 hasting threats, starting with our 1-drops, which is Kumano faces Kazan. Hope I pronounce. I know I butchered that name, but yeah. This is like insane turn 1 play, probably our best turn 1 play. It gets way worse later in the game, but the upside of having this on 1 is insane. And it does create a hasting threat at one point. Rabbit Battery, just an additional creature. But what this does, or additional 1-drop, let's say, because it's not necessarily the best creature, but what this does is sometimes you can stack those Rabbit Batteries on one creature and that plays around mass removal pretty well. Or it lets you attack through some boards. But it's not necessarily, the haste part is not necessarily that great here, because everything else that we're equipping with this already has haste. Our 2-drops are Adversary. I know we don't have a lot of instants or sorceries, but just as a 2-mana 2/2 hasted, I think this is good enough since we don't get anything better on 2, and we really want to follow our Kumano with a 2-drop, so we need certain numbers of 2-drops. But we do have still some spells, and we will talk about that later. Berserker, again, not the best 2-drop, but this has First Strike, and the dragon part comes up sometimes. And I don't think we get like anything that much better, so these are just there. So we have something to do early, but it gets better from turn 3 on. 4 of Stormseeker, one of the staples in red decks, and this is the best 3-drop we can have. So it either gives a plus to something else or haste, or it's a 3/3 haster with the turn it comes into play. Additional 3-mana haster, just a 3-mana 3/3 more often than not, but both comes up sometimes. I don't think there's anything better, but I think those creatures do the job, and that card is legendary, so it works with the land, the new land that we have. Or this comes up sometimes and the land is cheaper. Our 4-drop is 4 of Raiju. 4/4 haster lets other things grow. Or 3/3 haster and lets other things grow. So 4/4 if it pumps itself. Just such a solid 4-drop. And this is one of the reasons why I wanted to build this deck. I think Raiju is really good position right now. And then I looked into more hasters that exist, and I decided to add Creepy Puppeteer. I know this is funny because this card hasn't really seen much play, but it's still a 4 power, 4 converted mana cost 4 power creature that just like bashes in when it comes into play, or hastes. You can haste it in, and it does make cards like, I don't know, Rapid Battery better. It makes like our 2-drops better. And for our top end and a really good answer to mass removal, we have Shatterskull Charger. I decided to run this. It's a 5/4 trample haster for 5 mana, or we can have it here on 3 and then recast it later in case we already have a big board and we want to play against mass removal. I think this card is kinda a sleeper. I mean, I don't want to run too many. I don't value it that high, but I thought this could work in this deck. And then it comes simple double Play with Fire, 4 Royal Eruption. This goes face, so that's pretty important. And we do have enough lands to play this for its kicker cost. And the main reason I decided for this card is because we can then, you do 3 damage early, or maybe kill a creature, and then later on you can push some more damage through the adversary from the graveyard. So I like having some number of spells or interaction in the main. Mana base is simple. Double Shatter Skull Smashing a staple. A really good answer for Lolt. Kills both creatures, kills the Planeswalker. As simple as that. And I think I can see when running an additional one of that and cut the mountain, since like the 3 damage is not that big of a deal for this deck, I think. Double Hazard deals with those pesky gas or the zombies or whatever those creatures are, the 1/1 that gives -1/-1 to something. And it can go face. It says another spell that we can bring back with Adversary. It's 1 damage, but it matters sometimes. Double Channel Land, additional bodies is just kind of free. I mean, you cannot play the second one out, but that doesn't come up that often. Bunch of mountains and Tribble Den of the Bugbear. So that's for the main deck. Moving to the sideboard. We have additional play with fire, so 2 off against small creatures decks like mono white. We can remove earlier creatures, like cheap creatures, and add the removal, and then just finish the game off with more expensive threats. 1 of Pitting Needle against Planeswalker. It's not necessarily needed, but I didn't know what else to add in. Triple Abrade, Triple Rebuke for bigger creatures. Abrade is there mostly. I mean, you bring it in against like small creatures matchups, but it's mostly there against Isika's Chariot. Then we have more threats against the control decks. Triple Chandra, so we can go bigger. Add another Shatter Skull Charger and double Arsonist. So that's like kinda additional 5 drops there. And Chandra does a good job of sticking a threat that is not necessarily answered by mass removal, and then ramping you into 5 drops. I think that's a keep. We don't have the big creatures, but we do have the lands and a really good curve. So anything we draw is pretty good here. We are on the draw. They are mulliganing to 5. Okay, so we're playing against the Snow value deck or whatever that is. Adversary is not that bad here. Black green. If they have yeah, Infernal Grass can be there. I like that it killed that one. Literally upgraded on the damage part. These 2 cards are not doing that much. I guess Hazard can kill the Ghasts. Oh wait, that's a different deck. We're just gonna kill that. Probably just have to attack for 4. It kinda gets bad if they have Massacre, but cannot wait till turn 5 really. Not the greatest draw again, but fine. Definitely playing this out. The sooner we get the Haster, the better. We go to 6. They're technically on 5. Alright, we got there. Okay, so it looks... It's a weird deck. It looks like werewolves in a way. But maybe they just run those creatures. I'm not sure what exactly to... They're also a snow deck, so I actually expect like snow, blood and snow. If they have ghasts and stuff, then we don't want the battery. You can see battering going out, but this is what we want to keep. We have 10 cards to add. Now I actually like these if they have like creatures still. I don't like Chandra if they can attack it. Charger could go for now. Like, this is pretty efficient against these small werewolves. But maybe we just leave some of the removal in this that goes face and that can still deal with some creatures. And then maybe just a mixture of spells. I don't know, because we haven't seen much. I'm gonna keep that. It's awkward, can be awkward, but we can ramp into a 5-drop. On the play, this would be way better. Okay, they're actually Sultai, so Walkie does. It's not that bad because Chandra just rams into that. And like an early creature now would be great. Thanks, Raiju. This will probably be a counter spell, but what can we do? There's those. I thought there was like the pay one spell.
So you might as well give up already. Watch me heat up the dance floor.
And then this becomes a 5/5 next turn, but they know about those. Okay. So that gets down Chandra. And I think that's the play they needed to make, but yeah. It's actually pretty good for them. We don't have a clear answer for the Raiju now.
Just when I was having a good time.
For our Raiju. That got us actually pretty good, but our hand was really awkward. We had a rebuke still. But we didn't see a creature we really want to rebuke. Right. Oh, that's pretty good. That's an attack for 8. They will have to respect that. Land was better, but pretty good. Maybe it wasn't. Like, this is 1 more damage, right? This would be 7 damage. This is 8. Close. I think Erase is our best plan. They kill the Puppeteer, but then they know about the Arsonist. They could gamble on us not having a land, because the Arnie is not lethal and they don't know about that card. Kills that. But they do attack. Well, they probably have a kill spell there. Okay, I mean, we go for it. And now, if they have the grasp, they can kill that. Yeah, but then they lose to this, so it's like exactly lethal. Yep. Other creatures you control. I thought it was on the battlefield. Got them. On the play. That is a keep, I think. We do have 2 commandos, which is not necessarily that great. But we do get a 3/3 Haster on the play on turn 2. And that's pretty oppressive. Okay, the rest does get probably commando here. But that cannot get adversary, really. Yep. Get another one. We don't want to see all those commandos, but fine. I should have scried maybe upkeep. That was maybe bad. But we can scry now. I just forgot to put a stop. This is still a lot of damage. There are 10. This is 5 damage in hand. Plus a haster. Okay, Grixis. Land is fine. This is a 4/4 now. And let's say they have a kill spell for 1, they die next turn to the Royal Eruption, and they know about that one. Alright, so it looks like to me like a Massacre deck, which kinda all feel the same. I mean, they have different colors in there. This one doesn't have the Wanderer, which is probably good for us. So Play with Fire can go, this can go, and we want to go like more threat heavy, so probably these. Chandras. That. Question is, do we want to keep some of the eruptions for the adversary? If they have the gas, then we maybe want to remove that as well, but we haven't seen really that, and they have the Bankbuster. Abrade is good against Bankbuster, but I think we can just ignore that card. We haven't seen really anything else. I mean, Endurance gets like completely bad against this now. But they'll probably bring it out. Could be like a Goldspan Dragon deck, but do we want to change something? Then maybe Rebuke. I don't think that's good enough. Even though we have command on 1, but Mono into Rabbit Battery is pretty medium. And this is a keep. So we would have to get a 2-drop in 2 draws. We get rid of the battery. Could also just get rid of the expensive spell here. Even though if we get lands, it's pretty good. And we do have Chandra to ramp into it. Maybe I should have get rid of the Stormseeker or something. It's fine. I could not, because now the 4 drops looks better than a 3 drop. Okay, that was a weird inclusion there. I don't think that's how it works, opponent. This card actually is a problem. Well, what we can do is Chandra equip. Or just maybe even this, palm that. Kinda like Chandra equipping and they have to block. Keep Chandra. Can attack Chandra here, but it doesn't die. Maybe this is better. Cannot equip then. Look at that. Same amount of damage.
I hope you like your hors d'oeuvres extra crispy. Give a toast? I'd love to.
Okay, that looks good. Chandra on play. We traded our 2-2 for a 3-3. Soaring comes down. We just kill the Soaring here.
You will serve me well.
Oh, I could have. Oh, that was bad. Maybe I should have kept that. I can just plus the Chandra to play the Raiju. Have to attack that anyhow.
Aw, you're looking a little singed.
Okay, I actually maneuvered this pretty poorly because now they can kill the board down with the Massacre.
Wallow in dark.
We do keep the Chandra. I could have just equipped after that with the Chandra's ability instead, and pain for 3, like, which doesn't really matter at this point that much.
You wanna dance? Then let's dance!
And now it's just both creatures.
Let's bring things up to a simmer.
Can attack with both there. I'm gonna just go for that. 6 damage, they gain 2 life back. Okay, attacks with only that, so Chandra still lives. Because they would have to spend the turn for that.
As it looks.
Ito is fine.
I could sneak right by, but I know something you don't know.
Okay, we just do this. Get another Chandra.
Chandra, think of something good.
It's not the greatest. But we definitely run it out.
I won't stop fighting till
Probably
I
do this again. Get a land.
Who needs a plan? Just improvise.
Okay, so we can make this a 5. And make this a 4. I don't think they have a hasting creature, so I'm gonna leave it there in case there's like I don't know what that can be.
You're really cramping my style.
Thanks. I'll be taking that now.
Lol. Man, we just use both Shatter School smashings.
My will
Um,
cannot be denied.
Well, this can kill LOL though, so that's pretty fine. Play this out.
Lucky this is a warning shot.
So we unequip. We'll double block the Storm Seeker. We maybe can ignore this. Well, the problem is they do have... I think I'm going for the Planeswalker since we have the Chandra. We do have the Bugbear. And the lifelink is annoying. So now they have to tap out if they want to kill the Chandra, and then we just activate the Bugbear. This does flip. Bangbuster is fine. Okay, so 4 to activate and this. That works.
Let's bring things up to a simmer.
So double plus 2 pumps. Okay. At least we know what we're working with. So I guess this is the one they're gonna block. The other one they just lose that. And this has trample anyhow. Oh wait, oh shit. Yeah, I messed on that one. I messed up on that one. That was bad. This could have had haste, but yeah, I missed on 3 damage basically. They would have survived. Just a little pun there. You get to see some first class entertainment. Still alright. Yeah, I mean,